Hello, and welcome to our third Latin American podcast. Today, we'll be providing insights into Santiago, Chile, Latin America's second largest data center market, with 300 megawatts of commissioned power. My name is Steve Sasse, and I'm the Regional Director for the Americas at Data Center Hawk. Here at Data Center Hawk, we empower people to make better decisions with their data center and real estate investments by providing the latest market information from a global team of experts. If your interests lie with Latin America, then hopefully our series called Navigating the Latin American Data Center Market will be helpful to you. Joining me today is my colleague and regional expert, Daniel Correia. Welcome, Daniel.
Hey, Steve. Always a pleasure to be here.
So Daniel and I spent about a week in Santiago in Q3 2024, where we toured 7 data centers and we covered quite a bit of ground within Santiago as all the data centers are spread out throughout the city, the metropolitan area of Santiago. And thanks to our friends from Scala, we even made it out to one of their sites in Curama, which is near Valparaiso, Chile, on the Pacific coast. So Santiago is Latin America's second largest data center market, which by commission power. So we thought this is a good opportunity for us to give you a quick market overview so you can learn more about the market. So Daniel, after extensive research and site visits, can you give us a general overview of the Santiago market?
Certainly, Steve. So as of the end of 2024, when we closed our numbers for the year, we can estimate Santiago's commission power to be around 300 megawatts. And that is including both colocation and self-built facilities such as Google. And under construction, currently, there is another 50 megas happening right now. And in the planning stages, we saw around 200 megawatts being on the pipeline for the region. And as you mentioned, that makes Santiago's data center market one of the most developed in Latin America, second only to Sao Paulo in terms of commission power.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive, what a big market it is when it comes to data centers. So that brings me to the next question. Chile has the 5th largest economy in Latin America, but the 2nd largest data center market in Latin America. So what do you think that is?
Well, there's some factors to consider. First, Chile has a highly developed communications infrastructure, including strong international connectivity that enables Santiago market to support other regions like Peru and Argentina. Second, I would say investors are always prioritizing stable political, economic, and regulatory environment. And sure, Santiago and Chile overall it's a country that fit those parameters. And third, I would say Chile's robust renewable energy capacity makes it an appealing destination for companies aiming to achieve their sustainability goals.
So just to build on what you just mentioned, Chile saw Google's first regional data center build about 10 years ago in Quilicura, right? Now we know that Amazon is building, Microsoft has planned for us, they bought some land and planning a site. Why do you think hyperscalers chose to build in Chile, which is not it is the 5th largest economy in the region, and they've only built in Mexico and now have started to build in Brazil, and they've chosen Chile as well?
Well, not only those hyperscales, but also we've seen Scala starting construction and having their campus in Curama, as I mentioned. Ascenti is there, Odata is there, Equinix is there, Nextstream is there. I would say that Chile's business-friendly policies, their strong fiber connectivity and renewable options makes it an attractive destination. Additionally, as I mentioned, the country has low latency and access for the rest of Latin America, which is crucial for hyperscale delivering cloud and AI services to other places. And not only that, but the government has also been proactive in fostering technology investments and offering incentives and infrastructure support.
So everything you've mentioned so far about Santiago and the Chile market is very positive. The government is providing incentives. Anything you want to mention to our listeners as far as just what to watch out for if they decide to go into the Chilean market?
Well, permits. If I would have to say a word about, and not only our opinion, but the opinion of the providers that are there operating there, permits, it's a challenging topic in that country. And maybe because of this, the government came with their national AI plan to help expedite those permits processes.
Yeah, we've heard from some providers that some permits can take up to 2 years. So if you're planning on building a site in Santiago, you need to keep that in consideration.
Yeah, it's a little bit different than other markets that we visited.
Yeah. So what were some of I would say some of the numbers that we got from some of the visits as far as the price of land and the price of power for the Santiago market that some, and we were able to find that during our meetings?
Well, land prices can be slightly higher than Sao Paulo when we compare markets in capital cities, but they remain highly competitive when we consider the whole Latin America landscape. Regarding energy costs, from what we talked to providers during our visits, electricity in Chile is indeed more expensive than in Sao Paulo, with prices ranging from 13 to 15 cents per kilowatt hour. And and during our conversations with providers, we learned that the renewable energy sources from Chile, they are starting to become more diversified now. Chile a long time ago was highly dependent on coal, but now they have hydropower becoming more and more the key contributor to the energy matrix, and also the wind and solar energies are becoming they are increasing steadily.
Yeah, I think one thing that was mentioned by some of the providers that for people to watch out for is there's certain subsidies that the government was giving for the energy prices that they're still being negotiated, but there's some private companies that have invested quite a bit in energy infrastructure, and the government has not allowed them to raise prices. So once those subsidies, I wouldn't say they're going to disappear, but once those subsidies are no longer there, maybe the price of energy is going to go up.
Yeah, and they might not become as competitive as Brazil, for example.
So, Chile is in pretty far south in Latin America, probably as far as the furthest country, as with regards to the United States, connectivity wise. Last year, Google announced with a partnership with Desarrollo País, which is a private government agency. So they it's private, but they also work with the government. Announced a new cable system that's going to connect Santiago or the western coast of Chile with Australia. This is going to make the first submarine cable connectivity between Latin America and Australia. Why do you think this is so important for Chile?
Well, that will definitely be a game changer. The Humboldt cable will significantly improve latency and connectivity between Latin America and Asia Pacific. That will benefit the cloud providers, the enterprises, and not only them, but also the gaming and streaming services. That will surely boost Santiago's position as a strategic data hub and could attract even more investments from technology firms.
Yeah, I mean, to me, like you said, it's a game changer. Today, any traffic from Chile or Argentina or even Brazil, it has to travel all the way up to the United States, and then depends which coast they hit in the United States. But let's say you're on the western coast, you're going to go to LA and then go across some cable systems from LA to Asia. So removing that long path to Asia is going to significantly decrease the latency for many customers in South America.
Definitely.
And I also believe I saw something a few weeks ago about Desarrollo País issuing an RFP. So they want to bring the intra-regional connectivity in between Chile, Argentina, and Brazil and other countries is not great. So they issued an RFP to get a fiber company to build fiber connecting Santiago, Buenos Aires, Sao Paulo, in order to attract more traffic from those countries and those regions to Santiago. That traffic obviously that's destined for Asia, using the cable system once it's up and running.
Yeah, we have to mention, geographically speaking, we have the Andes dividing the continent. So for those listening, we have Santiago here, we have Peru in the top, we have the Andes, and then we have Argentina, Brazil, and Paraguay, Uruguay.
Yeah, geographically, it's divided by the Andes. Then in Brazil, you have the Amazon jungle, so you can't really put a lot of fiber across the Amazon. It doesn't work very well.
Yeah.
All right, so I think it's a very good overview of the Santiago market. Daniel, thank you. Any closing thoughts or remarks you want that we didn't cover?
Well, what I could say is Santiago continues to be a key player in the Latin America's digital economy. The combination of strong infrastructure, renewable energy, and hyperscale interest makes it a market to watch. I expect continued growth, especially with the expansion of cloud and AI service for the region.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's definitely have to keep an eye on that market. It's going to continue growing. Sao Paulo will continue to expand as well, probably a little quicker than Santiago, but I think Santiago is an important market to watch for the next 3 to 5 years.
Yeah, exactly.
So Daniel, well, that was great. Thank you for that great overview of the Santiago market. Look forward to connecting with you in the near future, where we're going to be covering the Mexican data center market, especially focusing on Querétaro and the power constraints, and then maybe where some of that capacity is going to.
Exactly, Steve. Can't wait.